Welcome, this is Miss Leisure. I wanted to do a introduction to me and also to our class. I'm very excited about having all these wonderful kids in my classes, and very excited about meeting your parents as well. I was born in a small town in the lower part of South Carolina in Denmark, very small town. I attended high school, I attended school in Blackville, South Carolina at Jefferson Davis Academy. It had 205 students, K through 12. My graduating class was only 29 students. And I graduated in 1987. Long, long time ago. After high school, I went to Brevard Junior College in Brevard, North Carolina. It was a junior college, so I only went for 2 years. I did get an AA there, my 2-year degree. It's in the Blue Ridge Mountain, and yes, they are blue, especially in the sunset in the afternoon. They do give off a beautiful blue tint to the mountains. Brevard is home to the white squirrels, and Brevard is also in Transylvania County, which is home of 250 waterfalls, and Sliding Rock here is one. A lot of the teenagers and college kids hung out there. It was a lot of fun. At Brevard, I received an AA degree in mathematics, and then off to the University of South Carolina at Aiken. I went. Here I attended school, and I was one of those college kids that didn't really know what I wanted to do when I started out, and so I changed my majors three times before I ever ended up with math and computer science. Nope, not education. Math and computer science. I got a BS in math and computer science in 1992 from there, and then I sat out for about 6 months. Couldn't find a job, had several interviews, and finally during one interview the guy said to me, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the one I was reading that had all the experience with all the teenagers on your resume." I'd done a lot of camp counseling, lifeguarding, swimming lessons, things like that. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you really want to sit behind a desk and do computer programming all day?" And I started thinking, maybe I am in the wrong field. And so I started thinking. So for the next couple of months I did some substituting. And I decided, nope, I do want to become a teacher. And as a little kid, I used to think, I can remember that was one of my dreams when I was a little girl, was that I wanted to be a teacher. Yes, I would set up my teddy bears and all my stuffed animals and my chairs in my room in the rows, and I would make worksheets for them and everything. Yeah, I know, I was crazy. And so then I decided, well, why don't I go to the Winthrop University, Rock Hill, South Carolina, which is a well-known school for teachers, and I will get my master's there and get my certification for teaching. And so I went to Winthrop, and 2.5 years later, I graduated with an MAT, Master of Arts in Teaching, specializing in secondary math. And so right after that, I married my husband, Jeff, who was in the Navy. He was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida. And we lived in Jacksonville for about 6 months. I did some substituting there. That was Jacksonville here. There. And then we moved to Chicago. Chicago for 3 years. It was cold. Negative temperatures. It was hot during the summer with 100-degree temperatures. Very drastic different temperatures there was compared to here. And I did not like it. My daughter was born in Forest Park, Illinois, in 1998. And after those 3 years there in the Navy, we moved to Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach, we lived there for a year. My husband actually was stationed in the Navy for 10 years in Virginia. And during those 10 years, we did move around a little bit. We started out at the beach. Then we moved a little bit further away to Portsmouth, Virginia. And we were there for 6 years. And then for the last 3 years, we moved a little bit further out into the country. We lived in Suffolk, Virginia. And then my husband retired after 20 years in the Navy. Yay. And we he took a job with Evergreen Solar here in Devens, and we moved to Devens, Massachusetts. Devens, as most of you know, is the old military fort. It was an Army base. It closed, I believe it was in 1992, somewhere around in that area. So here, this is our house that, this is our house that we bought in Devens, and this is our house still. We moved in just in time for the wonderful ice storm. Our kids, Ray and Sean, love the sports, the winter sports. Ray took to the ice hockey rink really early. Sean, he's a snowboarder, snow sledding, all of the above. Ray likes the snowboarding as well. And here, we did some camping in the beginning of the year, and this is Ray at our campsite. And then this down here, this is Sean. I had to pretend I was taking a picture of him because, you know, he's at that age, don't take pictures of me. So I was taking a picture of the Coke bottle that said, share a Coke with Sean. And this is a picture I took recently of my husband and I in Houston, Texas for a wedding, and it was hot there. And then for Mother's Day, we went on a hike in Lancaster, and this is our little selfie family picture. Here we have Max, our wonderful dog. He's 13 years old. It's a Brittany Spaniel. And then we have our two lovable cats, Solstice and Chance. Solstice is the black one. He does all the acrobats. And Chance, he's our burrower. He likes to burrow down in the clothes and under the sheets and up in the pillowcases. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny cat. So, real briefly, I'd like to tell you about our classroom. We are going to be flipping our classroom this year. And no, I do not mean flipping the class upside down. Literally. No. What we're actually going to be doing. So, in a traditional classroom, the teacher is actually lecturing, telling the kids everything in the classroom. The kids might get a chance to practice whatever it is. Then they go home and they try to remember what was done in class and repeat it. But a lot of times they really struggle and can't remember, what were we doing? So they're doing a lot of guesswork, trying to figure out what was it that we did in class. The flip class, on the other hand, the kids go home, they watch a video about the topic. The video may be made by me or it may be made by someone else. And then they come back to the classroom. And instead of doing the practice work at home, they do what they normally would have done for homework in the classroom. And so in the classroom, we'll be doing a lot of practice problems, that type of stuff. We'll also be doing some of the long-term projects and things that I'm really excited to get into. That the parents usually end up helping the kid out so much that it's really the parent's grade more than the child's grade. Trust me, I know that because I have two of my own, and it's quite a task, some of those projects that they come home with. But we're going to be doing those projects more in class than we will be doing them out of school. There may be times that may need to finish up some things. And also, along with the videos and stuff, I don't know that I'll be able to get the videos together all the time completely. So there may be occasional times where this might flip back and we might be revert to some of the older ways of doing things for a short period of times. But I'm really hoping to get, like 75% of my class lessons done this way. Last year, for about 2 weeks, I did flip my class. I wanted to see how it went. So a lot of work on my side. But it was huge success. The kids really enjoyed it. The kids felt like they were in control for once. They said it was cool that they could go home, they could fast forward, they could rewind, they could pause the lessons and that kind of stuff. It was really, I think the kids really will benefit from it. No access to internet. That's no problem, no problem. If you don't have access to the internet at home, bring in a USB memory stick, and you can download the video and then go home and watch them on your computer if you have one at home. You can also stay at school and watch after school in the library the computer labs, the teachers' rooms. Almost all the teachers have computers, and you're more than welcome to use mine anytime. The videos, I'm hoping, going to try to keep them to 8 to 15 minutes long. I really don't like them that long, so 8 to 12 is my real main goal, but 15 is maximum. And don't forget, most of our kids have access to the internet on their phones now, so they'll be able to, watch it on the phone, friend's phone, iPod, that kind of stuff. Just beware, I don't know if there's extra charges at some points for some people for those as well. Here are some resources for the flipped classroom. You're welcome to pause and write these down. Please read about them. Some of the data that's coming out of these classrooms is that the grades do seem to be higher. In some of the schools that have actually done this, it does seem to show a smaller dropout rate. So I'm really excited about this and looking forward to really digging into this. Continue tomorrow on the Leisure Math Station. Then we will be discussing Remind 101, which is now called Remind, and IXL.com. Thank you. Have a nice day, and I will see you in school tomorrow.